What's up, everybody? Welcome to episode 207 of the Cheesy Controller Podcast. I'm your host, Anton LaPlatte. Joining me, as always, we got the Mecha Stardew Valley, Chris Montalbano.
Crash is back, baby.
We got the most degenerate squid in the sea, Jalen Roberts.
I swear to God, Blizzard, Diablo 4 better be fucking good. Swear to God.
And we got the Ray Trace Do-Rag, Winter Devon.
Future.
Yeah, you lost it when Future showed up last night. We got a jam-packed episode for you guys this week. We're going to be talking about the Game Awards, Vampire Survivors, Hades, Street Fighter, Final Fantasy, Death Stranding, Armored Core, and Replaced.
I thought you were going to say Republicans.
No. Fortunately, this is a Republican-free episode. I just can't deal with fucking...
Fortunately, indeed.
And shout out Raphael Warnock. You won. We did it.
Yay.
We defeated the werewolf. No werewolves in Georgia office.
We had enough.
To our knowledge. No open werewolves.
No open world.
No wannabe werewolves.
Alright, so Game Awards, Thursday night. Last night was last night. What'd you guys think of the Game Awards overall? For like the 3.5 hours that we were sitting there as a captive audience.
I will say this. This has probably been the better Game Awards in the past couple. Like, it's definitely better than last year's by far. And like, as far as the announcements and the trailers they showed, it was really good. And then the awards themselves.
Yeah, they were.
I didn't vote, so I don't have a dog in the race. It's not that our vote even really matters. We're not a major gaming outlet.
Well, the one category where it did matter was 14.
That's true.
Like the community
True.
support and stuff.
But I trusted the community. I trusted the community for 14. I knew they would bring it home.
Trust us implicitly.
Mm-hmm.
That was easy.
They're all warriors of light. Like,
you know what?
I mean,
if you can't trust your warrior of light,
expansion like Endwalker,
they're just an NPC.
going to win.
You know?
Well, like Endwalker won them 2 awards last year.
Did Endwalker win 2 awards last year?
Yeah.
Damn.
Every time 16's like nominated, 16 sweeps. Not
14?
16, 14.
14.
I got 16 on
for
the
Maybe
Shadowbringers.
next year.
right.
16 sweep is next year.
It didn't sweep with when Shadowbringers dropped.
Next year is going to be crazy for like Game Awards. Like next year's Game Awards, just every category is going to be completely stacked. Like I was just looking
Not even Game Awards, just my pocket awards. Like that's the real challenge right there. Shit.
I'm sitting here. I'm
And
like,
in my time,
June.
Oh my
is
goodness.
Just Street Fighter into Final Fantasy. And then we got Tekken somewhere in the mix. It's just so Hades too.
Hades 2 got announced. Supergiant kept making hot people.
Mm-hmm.
Supergiant was like, yeah, we've never made a sequel before. How about we make a sequel?
yeah.
That's how good Hades is. It warranted like every single thing they've done up until this point has just been a one-off, like unique concepts. The only like through line has been their music and isometric. Like outside of that, the gameplay, the story, the combat, like everything's been completely different across all their games. Mm-hmm. But now we're getting just a straight up direct sequel to Hades.
And I'm so here for it.
Yeah,
That's good. I like the different take on what's being done. It's gonna be dope.
All right, and so I want to go over just some of the winners, just because I have the list in front of me of everybody who won.
Why not?
So And I'm going from top to bottom. We're getting Game of the Year first. Elden Ring. People were certain people were mad. Not going to call out any ninja-related names or anything like that, but certain
No Ronin.
no Japanese references whatsoever, or the number 23. We're not here to point fingers.
And you know what? I'd like to shout out Reformed Orthodox Rabbi Bill Clinton.
Right. What I remember, so we were all watching it together, and then we see the kid on stage, and we're like, "Who the fuck is the kid?" And then just last minute, literal last thing of the Game Awards, kid pops on, and everybody's like, "Who is that? And what did he say?" And it wasn't until on Twitter after the fact, seeing first of all that kid got arrested because he just stormed the Game Awards. Second of all, I saw people today. There was a Bill Clinton, the president, mod for Elden Ring.
Yeah. Yeah. Good birth for me.
That's amazing.
All right, so best game direction went to Elden Ring. Best narrative, God of War Ragnarok. Best art direction, Elden Ring. Best score, God of War.
Should have went to Metal Hellsinger.
It
Yeah.
really
Should have went to Metal Hellsinger.
Best audio went to God of War. I'm still in the camp that Gran Turismo should have won that. Best
True.
performance, Christopher Judge, God of War Ragnarok. His speech was the longest segment of the entire thing.
So
He was
unhinged.
I'm going to help everybody in the audience win a Steam Deck by dragging this, because it wasn't even best performance was towards the end of the show. It was one of the first.
It was the first award.
They had
the
Al
portion.
Pacino.
Because there were awards
had
in
Al
the
Pacino
pre-show,
Best
they
Local
did
Award.
mobile game and something else in the pre-show. But yeah, Christopher Judge was the first one of the in-show awards, and just between him and Al Pacino, it was a dynamic duo of winning people's Steam Decks.
Mm-hmm.
So we got Games for Impact, As Dusk Falls. Best ongoing game, Final Fantasy XIV Online.
Mm-hmm.
Best indie game, Stray, which I feel like Tunic.
Yeah, I do not
was-
believe that should have won.
I feel like every other game in this category was robbed. Best
Yeah, I was gonna say,
debut
literally,
indie, Stray. I feel like every other game in this category. Vampire Survivors should have fucking won. Vampire Survivors, this was the moment of upset. I'm like, this is all they got, nominated for. And Vampire Survivors, it shadow dropped right before the Game Awards. They had a trailer in the Game Awards, but they just dropped it on iOS and Android. So now, you don't need Steam or an Xbox. Chris, download it. Madrid,
It's free, right?
yeah, it's free. So that's the other difference
What?
between the PC version. The PC version is $5, and it's getting DLC. That was announced
Wait.
in the last week. It's getting a $2 DLC pack
Yeah.
on the
Yep.
Steam
But it's
version.
Let's
Game
go.
Pass,
Yeah, it's on Game Pass. So,
Oh yeah,
And
because
on
I
your phone
think
at this point too, ain't it?
huh?
I literally got one of my coworkers because we were talking about how PlayStation 5 got Ragnarok, and I think Jayla made this joke that Game Pass got Vampire Survivor, and everybody was making fun oh, this is what Xbox gets, and they were like, yeah, Xbox literally got literal crack.
Right.
And then he was like, my coworker was like, yeah, okay, I'll try it out, whatever, it's free on Game Pass.
Yep.
And came back, and was like, I played it
everybody-
for 5 hours. What the
Yeah,
fuck,
that's
dude?
everybody's
Yep.
first experience playing Vampire Survivors. It's I'll check it out. I've heard good things. You come back at least minimum 4 hours. Minimum 4
Minimum.
hours straight of that game the first time you really play it. So it's good. It's on free
This
on
shouldn't
mobile.
be on that.
So anybody, iOS, Android,
God.
190 Vampire Survivors tracking my activity across apps. I don't know what y'all are gonna do with that.
Does it? Wait, did you just say please don't track my activities? Because
Yeah,
Heck,
it's just gonna be like
I always hit that button.
I always did
icons.
that.
It by default was enabled on iPhones. Like a few updates ago, it was just like cross app tracking by default is off. So it essentially went and turned everybody's cross tracking off, and you have to go in and manually enable cross app tracking now. Because it was like,
They don't need to know that.
They do not need to know that.
Right.
I mean, I don't need to be like Googling something and then Instagram gets my shit. Like, I don't want ads for it. I just Googled it.
Well, I mean, that's why Facebook lost a shit ton of money, is because when iOS went through and made that the default, Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, like all their places where they have ads lost a shit ton of data on a shit ton of people like overnight. So, fuck them.
You can't be. We can't just be in person talking about how we want a Steam Deck and then get ads for Steam Decks.
I mean, I'll take a free Steam Deck just for talking about the Steam Deck, and I already have a Steam Deck.
We'll take Steam Deck for free.
We're
not worthy.
Best debut indie, I already said Stray. The Vampire Survivors is robbed. Best mobile game, Marvel Snap, well deserved. I'm taking this season off. Like,
they need to fix their prices though. Their prices are like stupidly high on everything. Like, what the fuck?
They're not gonna fix their prices.
Yeah.
If Genshin Impact, Diablo Immortal,
bribing people, bribing.
So
for winning, I want to say they're giving away like 200 something Primo gems, which is like they're not even giving a full 10 roll for helping them win, basically.
I mean, Marvel Snap wasn't. I didn't see any. Were they promoting like in the app or anything that they were up for a game award?
No.
I think there's just one-off quality.
Yeah.
So, best community support, Final Fantasy 14.
As it should.
Right.
As it should.
Best As VR and AR game, we got Moss Book 2, which, I mean, that's like the biggest one of all of these. Like, all of these kind of have a lane, and Moss Book 2 is just kind of the VR lane. Innovation and accessibility, God of War Ragnarok won. Like I said when I started that game, I use some of the accessibility stuff.
Yeah.
Just to like tailor the game to just be more comfortable to play. So I think I said when I started playing Ragnarok that like the accessibility stuff is so good that I could see it winning. And Last of Us Part 1, they did a whole thing about it. So I knew it was going to probably fall to Sony because we didn't have that many big Xbox things. And I know Xbox is usually bigger into accessibility. But like on the software side, like PlayStation has all their games, first party this generation, have had major accessibility suites.
That's good.
Best action game, we got Bayonetta 3.
Okay.
We got that Bayonetta Origins announced, so that's coming soon to Switch. So
yeah, that's interesting.
Fuck with
I'll
the
check
art
it
style.
Yeah.
Best action adventure game, God of War Ragnarok. Best RPG, Elden Ring. I feel like they could have given something else this, just because this was one of the most diverse categories of the night. Like a bunch of games here weren't nominated anywhere else. So but I mean, when Elden Ring is I won't necessarily say it's a JRPG, but
is it?
I mean, it's a Japanese.
By the sense that it's a Japanese RPG game.
Right, considering it was made in Japan by Japanese people.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
But it's a straight up RPG. Like, that was one of the... Like, I don't often worry about, like, my actual stat builds in games. But Elden Ring had me, like, making different builds and respecking and like experimenting with like those RPG elements of it. And speaking of which, like the Coliseum update came out where they opened the 3 Coliseums in the game. So I knew where 2 of them were. One of them, like, there are missions that take you near all of them, especially for stuff like talismans and stuff like that. So the one with the giant jar in front, like, to get the talisman that, like, basically negates
fucking
weight.
K-lid.
Yeah. That one, I had a path to get there in my first playthrough because I needed that talisman. I was like, look, I want to wear heavy armor and I want to use a greatsword. I'm not trying to be fat rolling. So, and when I tell you, like, the summon, so what happened was you'd go talk to the jar, he'd bring up 3 summon signs. Those summon signs would have random people's loadouts. So it'd be like NPC invaders, but you had to, like, activate them manually yourself. And you had to beat 3 of them straight. And when I tell you some of those builds were just straight up broken, it was just like, oh, somebody's out here, like, using 2 great swords, like, one in each hand, shooting death magic out of them, like...
Yep, you got to get a whetstone and change your weapon arts on some of them. Make them a little bit more medicine.
Ooh.
Well, I would use, like... special weapons, the one that need the somber smithing stones. And so those had built-in abilities. So, like, I still, to this day, use the, like, Radon double greatswords, because that has, like, the gravity magic on it.
That shit is a problem.
Yeah, that shit, it hits.
If you're within the range, you're going to die. You're going to die.
So, yeah, they opened all the Coliseums.
No, it got a little bit of a wind-up on it. It's like, if you... There's enough of a wind-up for jumping heavy R2.
If you're fighting in a free-for-all, you don't see somebody charging that shit up, and you just feel yourself getting, oh no! You just get sucked in and then just exploded.
Right, like if I would run up on somebody head on and do it to them, like they'd be able to fight back. But if I'm chasing somebody and 2 other people are fighting over here, I'm just gonna step to the side, and like the Coliseum update's really fun. So it gives you 3 arenas: the Limgrave, Lindell, and K-lid. Each arena unlocks the rule set of that arena. So you could go to that arena and fight there using the rule set of that arena. But each one, when you unlock all of them, you can go to the round table, and there's a new, like, Coliseum, like, statue, and you can set your parameters for what kind of PvP you want to do, because they have 1v1s, they have 3v3s, they have 6-player free-for-all. So they have all these.
They got 2v2, v2,
2v2v2.
Yeah, because like the max players is 6, so just break that up. However,
yeah.
But we found out. So what we were doing the night that I played, I don't know if you've played any more since then, Madrid, but
no, not yet.
We did 4-player free for all in the Limgrave Coliseum. And so the Limgrave Coliseum, I knew where it was because there was a quest for something. I think it was Volcano Manor. That had you fight somebody right outside that Coliseum. I just didn't think of it the same way I thought of the K-lid Coliseum. And then the Lindell, none of us, like, that shit was super out of the way. No, everybody who unlocked it that night was like, yeah, I definitely didn't come all the way up this hill to find this Coliseum. Because there weren't even, like, enemies. There was, like, just nothing really in that direction other than the Coliseum.
Yeah, Lindell was annoying, so I just kind of went everywhere I needed to go, and that was about it.
That was the thing. That, like, before Lindell changes, spoilers, it would just have, like, enemies that would tank everything and hit ridiculously hard. And then if there was anything that was weak, like a rat or something, there were like 20 rads. And then the underground.
I didn't go underground.
Ever?
I saw it. I was like, no, I'm trying to finish this game.
Yeah. Some of them bosses in that underground, because there was the underground in Lindell, and then there was like the broader, like actual underground, like side of the world. Because the underground in Lindell was just kind of like a dungeon. It was just kind of like a sewer themed. Like it had trophy. They were optional bosses, but they were trophy associated bosses.
Oh, well,
like,
I guess I need to go through.
Well, to get the Frenzy Flame ending, you have to go through that part. So definitely, if you want the platinum, going back, you have to go through the Lindell Underground. And I mean, if you want the platinum, you definitely have to do the underground part of the world.
Yeah.
Okay, best fighting game, Multiverses won. Best family game, Kirby and the Forgotten Land. Splatoon 3 got robbed there. And King of Fighters got robbed in best fighting.
No. Splatoon
good.
Splatoon didn't get robbed.
I mean, Splatoon
got it got its stuff.
They could have gotten 2, you know. Splatoon 3 and Final Fantasy 14 both could have walked away with 2 game awards. I wouldn't have been mad at that. Best Sports and Racing, Gran Turismo 7 won. I think I might have... No, I voted for Ollie Ollie World there. Best Sim/strategy game, Mario plus Rabbids Sparks of Hope.
Okay.
Best multiplayer game, Splatoon. So it beat Call of Duty, so...
As it should.
Yeah.
Like, Modern Warfare 2 is a shit game. It barely fucking works. I barely play that shit for 30 minutes without getting a dev error. How does this game make $1 billion and crashes like a bitch every fucking day?
I mean, it seems like...
It's built different.
Yeah.
Built bad.
It's like, damn, we kind of established how multiplayer menus... Because I played a little bit of Warzone 2.0 since it came out. I played actually 2 games. And... I'm like, yo, your menu system. The amount of times I was just trying to look at something and it was like, hey, you should buy Modern Warfare 2. I'm like, look, I'm dabbling around in the free portion of this game. I am not going to buy Modern Warfare 2.
Leave me alone.
And then they were trying to sell me the Battle Pass. It's like, I know there's a free path on your Battle Pass, but like, everybody's trying to be all cutesy with their Battle Pass these days. Like, I just want a list of rewards and see how far I am in that list. This Modern Warfare 2, it's a whole fucking map. Like, there are certain zones you have to like level up enough to capture, and then like you can choose
If the design of it pisses you off enough, you'll just buy some levels off of it because it's bullshit.
Well, I mean,
that's fair.
The new Fortnite chapter dropped, so I'm not doing the Call of Duty Battle Pass. Even if I were to get that full game right now for free, I wouldn't be getting the Battle Pass. I'd play some multiplayer, but Call of Duty Battle Passes have burned me enough times of just being like, if you're not playing this game all day, every day, you're not getting anything good.
Hey, let's be 100 here. I don't really think there's anything good in that Battle Pass in the first place.
Yeah, the Call of Duty, like, I mean, there are some decent things in the Call of Duty, but on the level of something like a Fortnite Battle Pass, where I'm getting Doom Marine and Geralt in the same season, which
it's all cosmetic stuff, right?
Well, certain things like weapon blueprints. So, like, let's say there's a gun. Yeah. So there is, it's not necessarily pay to win because you can work on those guns and unlock those attachments and kind of like make whatever they have access to in blueprints. But some of them is like,
but that blueprint system is bullshit. Like, if you want to unlock one gun, they're going to make you use an entirely different gun with a different attachment.
Well, that's not how blueprints, that's how unlocking weapons works now. So, but the blueprint system is just like, this is an AK-47 with like the best scope that normally you'd have
With
to
the beam
level
on
up
it.
the AK-47 however many levels to unlock this scope, or you could spend this much amount of money and get this load out of this gun. And a lot of times they'll do like tracer rounds on the bullets, so like you're shooting and it like the bullets give off color, or they will put like a custom wrap on the gun that you can't get anywhere else. But for the most part, the blueprint system is just like, here goes a gun that'll go, like if you're buying a operator bundle, here goes this character's signature gun. So this gun comes in like gold, but there's no other way to get it gold. And it has whatever attachments that you'd have to unlock through normal gameplay to use typically, but they're just on it here.
Yeah.
So the blueprint system's not super convoluted. It's not super OP. Like, it's not pay to win. It's just you're paying for guns that you have other means of unlocking through gameplay.
Yeah. I mean, they just had a really good system back in the day. With either, and like, it was two different systems based on if you were playing Modern Warfare or if you're playing Black Ops. Like, Black Ops, you leveled up and you got, like, little, like, currencies that you could unlock the guns that you wanted and then unlock the attachments that you wanted to get. And then just, like, use
But then they realized they
could
could charge you money for those currencies.
I know. And it's like Modern Warfare like kept it to where as you leveled up, you unlocked certain guns in like certain categories. And so like you were always getting something and like it was trying to get you to use different things. And this new system just seems not overly convoluted for no reason.
Well, I mean, there was a lot of that same stuff all the way back to Black Ops of like leveling up guns and like picking. I can't remember which games had the pick 10 systems for building your loadouts. I mean, and now there are a fair amount of guns that you get just from leveling up. Like just playing multiplayer with the same M4 that you get in whatever basic loadout, still leveling up your character will get you certain gun unlocks like that don't require the battle pass, but there are also certain guns that you have to complete challenges with certain guns. So there was one that you had to use like the China Lake to unlock, like I think it was a katana or a machete or something. And all of those are just melee weapons have been around in Call of Duty for a while. If you want to be a menace out there running around with the katana, like that is totally within the realm of possibility in those games. Like Radic, I think it was Black Ops Cold War where there was a cane. He's like, yeah, I gotta get the cane, like just to prove a point.
Fucking love it.
So, content creator of the year, Ludwig. Ludwig had a year. I was hoping Nebellion would win, but, you know, Ludwig had a... 2022 has been Ludwig's year. Jacob Ye is the best esports athlete. Cloud9 played Valorant. Best esports coach is BZKA from Loud. They play Valorant. Best esports event, 2022 League World Championship. Evo should have won. Evo was fucking hyped this year. Best esports game.
Evo was hyped up.
But it is League.
Yeah, but I watched League and Valorant, and League
had Lil
good,
Nas
but it
X.
wasn't as hyped as fucking Evo, man. Like Evo was on some other shit.
Evo was like hype from a community standpoint. The League World Championships were really big from a Riot standpoint because they had Lil Nas X. They did a lot, like, and I mean, League's
just
championship.
it's made its name out there. It's been there for forever.
But not every world is actually that fun to watch. Like, this was actually one of the first fun worlds to watch in, like,
that was
4 to 5 years.
Yeah, even I, like somebody who doesn't play or pay attention to League whatsoever, was hearing stories about how, like, the two teams that were basically the final round, like, apparently they went to, like, a game 7, which has never happened.
Oh, that's cool.
It didn't go to a game 7. What happened was T1 was on game-winning point, and then DRX fucking swept him from... That was insane.
See?
All right, so...
But yeah, it was this was a hype LCK finals, as we call it. Because at the end of the day, both teams are from the LCK region.
Yeah, and it's kind of like, I know it's all Riot, but it's kind of surprising seeing Valorant Championships not winning Best Esports Event when Valorant won Best Esports Game.
Well, I will say Game Changers was a more interesting tournament to watch than their Worlds. I mean, the Worlds was lit, but Game Changers was really good. That was a really good Valorant tournament.
All right. Best esports team, Loud, Valorant. Most anticipated game, Final Fantasy 16 was fucking robbed here, but I also understand Breath of the Wild. I keep calling
here. If this was pre-release date, I'm pretty sure you would have voted Tears of the Kingdom also. Yeah. If you didn't already have a release date for that Zelda game.
Well, the thing, I keep calling it Breath of the Wild Tears of the Kingdom, but it's Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. I don't know, because if you asked me, I think I voted Final Fantasy 16. Like, even if...
Really?
Yeah, because, like, the date for Street Fighter 6 and Final Fantasy 16 leaked going into the Game Awards. But I think... I'm more hyped for 16 because 16 is going to run at 60 frames per second, and Tears of the Kingdom, if we don't get a new Switch by the time that game comes out, is going to run at 15.
You're not wrong.
So, there's that. Best adaptation, Arcane. We were shaming people on the stream and in the chat. If you haven't watched Arcane, it won a Game Award. It beat out Cyberpunk. Like, if you liked any of...
I was about to watch Arcane again.
Yeah, honestly, like...
Honestly. This shit's good. Now, Cyberpunk, though.
Yeah, Cyberpunk.
Ooh, man. That is really up there for my anime of the year. It's really up there. Bleach is come on. It's Bleach. It's Bleach.
Bleach has just been...
Come on. That is a biased and an unbiased anime.
Not even biased. If you look at every single ranking for anime this season, Bleach has been number 1 since episode 2.
See, I said biased and unbiased.
Yeah.
Covered my bases.
Because, like, the 1 week it wasn't at number 1 was the first episode of Chainsaw Man.
Well, no. It was that... Bleach and Chainsaw Man.
It was still Bleach. It was still Bleach.
Well, no, D's been doing his, like, there's some website that actually tracks, like, the highest performing animes every week, and so he'll post that list every week just to kind of see what people should be paying attention to. And Bleach...
It's usually Bleach, Blue Lock, and Chainsaw Man.
Yeah, Bleach, Blue Lock, and Chainsaw Man. There was a week that Mob Psycho 100 got number 1, but I think that was just like 1 week. But I mean, Bleach has been in the top 3 every single week, so...
Yeah, My Hero's the one that really fluctuates.
Right. my hero... Darren...
Be up and down.
I still haven't talked to Darren, but Darren was like... Yeah, the most recent episode of My Hero, like, what did you think about it? And I'm just like, I don't know what I was supposed to, because, like, a lot of the things that they kind of set up in that episode that I know are going to be, like, handled in the next few episodes, I'm like, yeah, they set up for this, but we both read the manga. We know everything that's going to happen and every like story beat and every single panel that they keep mangling. I'm like, God damn. Like, so many of these scenes are just fire panels. Just like straight heat, spreads, like, and you guys are butchering some of these scenes. Whereas Bleach is just out here, like, I know Bleach has more time, Bleach probably has a bigger budget, Bleach, like, Kubo's involved, like, Horikoshi probably, like, just let the anime people adapt and leave them alone, but, like, Kubo is involved with the production of Bleach, like, scenes are getting cut, scenes are getting added, like, context, like, the soundtrack. There's a straight up, like, anime canon stuff. Like, they keep showing the original Gotai 13. Like, every episode since they've been referenced, they have the, like, freeze frame for each of the old captains.
That last episode gave me goosebumps, honestly, to just watch it.
Yeah.
Oh, next week? Ooh,
next week. But, I mean, we've been saying that every single week, and it just keeps...
I know.
We're like, oh, last week was awesome, but next week is going to be really awesome. And then they exceed our expectations. And then it's like, but next week.
We only got like 3 episodes left. So
the pain. I'm going to have to wait.
Same thing with Chainsaw Man.
Bleach. Yeah.
Now people know what Chainsaw Man actually is. If you're anime only, now you know. It's pain.
Right. People out here don't even realize the kind of shit they have in store for Chainsaw Man. All right, so I mean that was it for the winners. I already talked about Vampire Survivors coming to mobile. Still huge news.
Did we talk about there was another winner?
What?
And he was the winner in all of our hearts. The flute guy.
Oh yeah. Flute guy went in. Jeff Keighley's like, yeah, this guy has just been like, he's an in-house guy now. Like, look forward to more of this guy. So, I mean, that's the best outcome for it. Like, dude goes hard on the flute, goes like everybody.
He pulled out a fucking alto flute.
I don't remember how hard he went 2017 during the Persona medley. Like, he was also going off during the Persona medley of 2017.
So, yeah. Now he's just a permanent, like, fixture. We know Game Awards, Summer Game Fest, Opening Night Live. Anytime Keighley can bring this dude out, he's coming out. Because Joseph Ferris, it's like, he said fuck the Oscars. And that led to him winning last year's Game Awards, so... Kojima, Joseph Ferris, the Muppets, like you're starting to get like the Kojima extended universe, and Flute guy is.
You know, Kojima, I need you to predict something that's wonderful and pleasant for the future.
Watch him.
Can you do that for me?
Yeah.
Can you do that for me, Kojima?
Yeah, Death Stranding 2 it looks darker than Death Stranding 1, so something worse than the pandemic is about to get.
So we're getting Dirty Sprite 2 by Hideo Kojima.
Right.
I can't fucking wait.
So, I need to go finish Death Stranding. Like, I played a good chunk of it on the original PS4 version. Then I played a smaller chunk of it when the director's cut came out, but I think I just need to go sit down and really beat it. Because
you were the one of the ones that really thoroughly enjoyed this game.
Yeah, like for me, Death Stranding 2, I wasn't expecting. I don't know. Like
the balancing mechanic feels weird to me. That's all it is. It's like that. How you have to shift your weight and stuff feels a little weird.
Yeah,
but that's probably something I could get used to after playing it for a little while longer.
Yeah, like it really is fair. Just once you get in the flow of doing like the actual act of hiking, like the different terrain. The thing I'll say, boots help your balance every time you get to somewhere where you can buy boots, buy a pair of boots, buy 2 pairs of boots, one to clip onto your backpack and one to wear. Boots are fucking goated in that game. And then you start getting like exoskeleton type things that help with that a lot. So it'll be like you don't necessarily have to even worry about balancing. You have to just make sure you're walking terrain that your current exoskeleton can handle.
Oh.
So we got Death Stranding 2, we got Hades 2. We talked about it earlier, but the fact that Supergiant is making a sequel, it's Zagreus' daughter.
No.
It's not?
No.
Whose daughter
No.
is it?
She's not related to Zagreus at all.
Let's see.
That's Zagreus' sister.
Wait.
She said, "I'm going to save my dad, Hades." Hades was chained up by Kronos.
I thought she was going down there to kill Kronos.
Yeah, she's going to kill Kronos to save Hades. And her and Zagreus got the same eye thing going, just on different sides.
I'm super.
I think Persephone and Hades got back together. It fucked.
Again.
Yeah, that is Zach's sister.
Yeah, trust me, I've been on some threads.
Oh. Okay. Yeah, but yeah, it might be. Yeah, I'm looking at some more stuff. It's like, yeah, that's Madrid's right.
Looking at some of these freeze frames of like the menus and the environments, you can tell it's still early. But one of the interesting things is they're doing it through early access, and it's not just Epic Game Store early access. Now I'll be able to play it on Steam early access, which means this is going to be a Steam Deck game until it comes to PlayStation.
Hey, I'm going to tell you the truth. This is just going to be a Steam Deck game. Just straight up.
Yeah, for
just
you.
Having Hades portable is fun enough, but... Because Hades is a good time.
For me, this was a Switch game.
Well, that's the thing. I doubt they're going to do... The only console I could see doing early access would be Xbox, because they kind of have like an early access banner. But I don't see PlayStation or Switch doing Hades 2. And I mean, it was over a year that it was in early access, so... And I'm not going to wait a year. Like, now that I know just the groundwork is going to be the level of quality that it is. Because, I mean, I enjoyed when I played the original Hades in early access. I was like, yeah, this is fun, but I could also see a lot of work going into this. And so I'd periodically check in on it, but I wasn't... I've played more Hades since Hades has been out of early access than I played when it was in early access. So we got Transformers Reactivate. That was like a really confusing trailer that everybody got stoked when we saw that it was a Transformers game.
When I saw the hand, I was like, "Fucking Bumblebee." I was thinking, I didn't say anything, but I was like, "Is this Transform?" I'm like, "Transformers? No way!"
Transformers games are fucking dope.
Yeah,
and I see you, Robbie, in chat. Don't forget Dead Cells Cross Castlevania on the list that I am looking at. It is the very next game, Dead Cells Return to Castlevania, which was the first hype announcement of the night. Like, it was just like, oh, we're getting something Dead Cells, and then you see Simon and Richter, and then you see.
Wasn't that the first announcement?
Yeah, that might have been the first announcement, and I mean they started off. I just remember it being very early and being very excited for this. Because this is, for the next season of Castlevania, this will be the game that sells.
Hey,
Exactly.
The fact that Dead Cells is doing Return to Castlevania after dropping Dead Cells Everyone is Here is insane.
Yeah, Dead Cells has been going hard in the paint for the DLC and shit. Like, that's a whole different game from when I played. So I need to go back and play and get all that DLC.
All right, we got Immortals of Avium. That I made a joke that it was Immortals Phoenix Rising at some point in the trailer, and I was just like, Immortals of Avium.
Not wrong.
We got Crime Boss, Rockay City. I might have been.
That's what I wanted out of Saints Row.
That game is
That
a
trailer
shit
alone is
post.
what I wanted out of Saints Row.
This is the shit post game. Okay.
The shit post.
Yeah,
game.
like Dave Trejo's
Chuck
in that
Norris
game. Chuck Norris is in
it.
that
Yeah.
game.
This is the shit post game. Okay. Now, Crime Boss, Rockay City. Now you're like, I was like, I'm seeing like the little promo image for it, and the title, it doesn't really stand out, but now remembering the segment of what the trailer was for this game, straight shit post.
It being set in Florida makes it canon.
Yeah, makes sense.
If you set anything in Florida, it happened.
I mean, it happened with
JoJo's
Vice
Part
City.
6?
They did it with Vice City.
JoJo's Part 6.
Yeah, dude, Vice City.
That's the only part that is historically accurate. It actually happened. All the events.
Does this take place in the 90s?
I think
Rockay
so.
City?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Maybe late 80s.
I don't know, bro.
Okay.
You're required to play that game in a grimy voice.
Yeah. Yep.
You can't play it no regular.
Got to.
You gotta
Crime
play
Boss
it bricked
Rockay
up.
City is a star-studded.
Oh, and Vanilla Ice is in that game.
Yeah, Vanilla Ice is also in that game.
Oh
Crime
my
Boss
God.
Rockay City is a star-studded stealth action FPS where players work to become the leaders of a criminal underworld set in a fictional version of 90s Florida.
Why do they get so many actors in this shit?
Man, it's a shit post because
It's a
the
shit
Mario
post.
movie, the same way the
It's
Mario
got the
movie is going to
dude
be
from
a shit
Kill
post.
Bill.
Yeah.
And let me tell you, his voice was grimy.
So we got Hellboy, Web of Weird, which Jalen was like super stoked
Comic
for.
book accurate Hellboy game. Let's go. Read the comics. They're really good.
He said a biblically accurate Hellboy.
Yes.
Be not afraid.
Okay. Then the next game I got on the list is Bayonetta Origins, Syriza and the Lost Demon, which is coming surprisingly soon. Let me find the release date. March 17th.
Here's
So-
Bayonetta for kids.
I think it's going to be like a lot of that good lore that will really help explain some of Bayonetta 3.
Mm-hmm.
So then we got a Final Fantasy 16 trailer. Shit was dope. I don't know how I could be any more excited for this game. They put up pre-orders and announced the release date, so I have it on.
Yeah, they finally showed your party too.
Right. So,
It's like, oh, okay, there is a party. Nice.
well, we knew there'd
And
be
Soaking, going hard,
yeah, Soaking.
of course.
Like that was every year. There's a part that I got to deafen, like the group chat. I had to deafen the group chat in Discord to watch the 16 trailer, and Soaking delivered. Like this soundtrack, we already knew it was going to be fire, but this soundtrack is about to just be. Every song we've heard has been insane.
Does he keep getting better?
Yeah.
That's the crazy thing.
Surviving cancer just made him stronger. It was like this music in this game has always been good, but then he got cancer.
Nah, see, he also heard John Williams is doing his last movie, so he's like, it's time for me to take that spot. Let me go make sure I grab it.
Oh yeah. I'd take every film could have a score from Soakin', and I'd Sausage Party 2 with the Soakin' soundtrack. It'd cook. Then we got Judas from Ghost Story Games, which, for people who don't know what Ghost Story is, Ken Levine, creator of BioShock, left Irrational and started Ghost Story, and they had a couple false starts of like not really being sure what they're doing, but now he's making Judas, and Judas just seems to be 2022 or 2023 or 4, you never know, BioShock. And so, like, all the big BioShock fans that I, like, listen to their podcasts and stuff, like, yeah.
The hype is real. The hype is real. And then also, they're not, like, solely relying on the alternate insert decade here aesthetic.
Right.
Like, there's a lot of weird, because a lot of the machinery looks like fucked up carnival designs. Like, they look like they should be, like, what is that? What is that merry-go-round thing? Carousel. They look like they should be attached to a fucking carousel, but they're running around killing people.
Okay, so keeping on, we got Armored Core 6, Fires of Rubicon. It was like, because it was a Bandai Namco splash screen, I'm like, yes, Elden Ring DLC. And then we saw like a future cityscape. I'm like, yes, Elden Ring DLC. And then...
Well, first we saw everything on fire. We didn't see the cityscape first. First we saw a world on fire. So it's like, it made sense.
Right.
Okay, we burned the Erd Tree.
We're going, everything's on fire. We set the Erd Tree on fire multiple times. Like, but no, it's Armored Core. The best game I've ever played in a Best Buy.
And I mean, From Software making
That's an achievement.
modern From Software going back to Armored Core just seems like a recipe for an amazing game.
Armored Core is, and they've always done really good connections with their like gameplay mechanics and adding lore to it. For example, if you want an easy mode, canonically your character took out half of his brain and replaced it with an AI to make it easier. Because, you're a mercenary in a capitalistic hellscape.
Cool.
And the amount of money you got in your rewards was based on, like, how many bullets you spent, how many hits you got, unless the contract specifically said otherwise. And you could basically, like, fine-tune your mech into basically anything you want. Heck, that's where Patches comes from. Patches was an Armored Core mech pilot. Who would hide in the back and snipe people who weren't prepared.
With a dirt bag.
Right. Patches is still Patches.
You know what's crazy? So I'll bring this game up since it's not on my list. Atomic Heart had a new trailer at the Game Awards, and Atomic Heart's not on this list.
Yeah. Atomic Heart also looks good.
All right, so then we got Earthblade, which I didn't really see. Seems like a smaller... aesthetically pleasing game. Look, what I'm seeing.
I'm trying to remember that one. I think
2D action
I fucked with it.
platformer.
Oh yeah, wasn't that by the team that made Celeste?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, that was the Celestine game.
Okay.
Yes.
Because in the trailer I was like, and then I saw combat. I was like, okay, I'll play this now. If I'm not just platforming, I'll play it.
Okay, then we got Horizon Forbidden West, the Burning Shores DLC. So we got the Frozen Wilds for the first game. We got the Burning Shores for the second game.
She's going to Hollywood.
Yeah. Yep.
Before her movie comes.
Instead of Iceborne, we got Sunbreak.
Yeah.
So then we got Crash Team Rumble. Which I made a joke. They said something about Rumble in the game, in the trailer, and I was like, it's going to be called Crash Rumble. So, getting another Crash game for you, Chris. Where does this one fall on the hype scale? Are you more or less hyped for this than Crash Team Racing or Crash 4? Like, where does it rank those three games of like?
That was. I don't know. It depends on how close of is this like a Crash Bash kind of? Actually, I don't know if I've even.
It's like a team Crash, but it's like 4v4.
Yeah.
Yeah, Crash Rumble is a 4v4 multiplayer game that tasks players with leading their squad to victory as they slide, smash, bump, and bash their way as a team.
Mood.
To the
I'm trying to get all that. Yeah, I think
I know.
Crash is at his best when he's dropping his core platformer, and then you got the
Yeah.
Crash Stream Racing, you got
Yeah.
the Crash Bash, the Crash Rumble, just
Yeah, I
something to
mean, Doug, honestly,
diversify the
like,
character.
yeah. I mean, Crash Bash didn't get a lot of love back in the game. It was just like trying to be a Crash Bandicoot party game, kind of like
Right.
competing with Mario Party. But this looks like it'd be just a hell of chaotic, hell of fun. I'm here for it.
Exactly, and we have online infrastructure now, so
Yeah.
it can work. We don't need a multi-tap.
This could probably have crossplay, because it looks like since it's online multiplayer, it's looking like the 4v4. Like we could definitely have some fun with it.
Yeah, get some streams.
4v4 platformer.
All right, then we got Banishers: Ghosts of New Eden from Don't Nod. So looks interesting. Can't remember if this is one of the trailers that actually got me hyped during the awards itself. Going to skip a few. Idris Elba's in Cyberpunk 2077 Phantom Liberty.
That DLC looks like it's going to be fun. Heck, I want to play that DLC, see what happens.
Yeah, I remember he said he was working on a game, but he couldn't say which one. So here we go.
All right, Star Wars Jedi Survivor, bad name, good game. We got
March 17th.
Diablo 4, which after hearing like what the devs of that have had to go through with like development getting restarted multiple times, the actual IRL Jesse McCree being like deciding he wanted a mechanic in the game, having a bunch of people work with him really hard on it, and then deciding something else was more important and just leaving the people that he was like leaving the like smaller teams that he was leading like to fend for themselves.
That's very common in game design. Like, heck, Todd Howard is known for seagulling, just disappearing for weeks on end. The team builds a couple of mechanics that they think is really good, shows back up and starts shitting on all of it.
We got Street Fighter 6's date in a new trailer with some new characters and DJ as a returning character. We got a Tekken 8 trailer. Tekken 8 looks...
Oh my god, Tekken 8 looks fucking phenomenal.
Tekken 8 looks so good.
Fucking phenomenal. Did you see how the details on how ripped these fucking people look? It's insane.
Why is King and Lee so ripped?
The sheer vascularity. Like they're pumping all their assets.
Clothes on them abs. What the fuck?
Like what the hell? Yo. And they showed June. I'm like, y'all showing June too much for y'all not to find a way to put her in the game. She came to Jin in his mind, and now
they have to bring back Jun because every single time Kazuya has a storyline, you gotta bring Jun up at least one good time.
Because you have to show that you can't fix him. You know.
Well, see, no, you gotta show the fact that you didn't need to. Like that's the thing about it is, and. If you watch Tekken Bloodlines, you got to see this, where Jun isn't that bad. It's just Heihachi decided to shoot him. Like, that's the thing about Jin. Kind of just can't get a break. And it made him a bit edgy. You know, the Sasuke route, you know? Mm-hmm. Bad shit happens. You be edgy for a couple of games, but then when things get serious, you stop being edgy and, try and save the world.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, we got Returnal and The Last of Us Part 1 PC confirmation. I think we got a date for The Last of Us. And Returnal, like, it's been leaked for so long. I'm glad they finally, like, actually acknowledged it.
Is that it?
I got two huge nerd games, Warhammer 40,000 Space Marine 2 and Baldur's Gate 3. We got a new trailer for Replaced. That was exciting. Forspoken got a demo and a new trailer. So
that game, I played like 5 to 10 minutes of that demo. It is not as fluid as I would like. Like for the combat, like you have to press the triggers in a weird way. It doesn't feel good.
Okay.
I'm gonna go put a little more time into it and see. But I don't know. I don't think this is day one for me anymore. It's probably going to be a sale.
Yeah. I mean, it's a Square game like this. By the
I'm
end
so
of
glad they've been
2023
making these demos. It really helps in like, am I going to buy this? Am I going to buy it immediately? Am I going to wait for the sale?
I'm surprised
Am I
there
going to
hasn't been
completely
a
ignore it?
Crisis Core Reunions Tuesday, and I'm surprised we haven't gotten a Crisis Core Reunion demo of just play the first chapter.
They don't need it.
Your save.
Don't need it.
Yeah, they don't need it.
They don't. I mean, I just like to
I'm
play
surprised
that game.
too, actually, because they even did one for 14 remake, 7 remake.
Yeah.
Yeah, but with 7 remake, with 7 remake, we really needed to know how that was going to play because they actually changed the combat system with that. With Crisis Core Reunion, it looks like it's relatively the same combat as original Crisis Core.
Okay.
We even got the roulette wheel at the top of the top left hand corner.
We got new trailers for Blue Protocol, Wild Hearts, and Fire Emblem Engage.
Blue Protocol, if that's what I'm thinking about, that's the Bandai Namco game?
Yeah, Bandai Namco, like online.
Yeah, that shit looks good. That shit looks pretty good. I wasn't paying attention to the Wild Hearts trailer.
I mean, it was just like this doesn't like it.
Oh, I did watch it, and I was like, "Yeah, this is going to be a good $40 game."
Right, that was the one that were like, "Isn't it free to play? Isn't it $40?" And it's like, "No, it is $70. So
$70
on a sale."
Yeah, no, thank you. Not at least like give me a demo at least to make me be like, okay,
right. But I mean, it's coming out February? Yeah, February 17th, and Monster Hunter Rise is January. And Monster Hunter Rise is not a full price game this time around. Like, yeah. I'd love to, but if I want to play a Monster Hunter game and they're putting Monster Hunter Rise on PS5, I'm just going to play Monster Hunter Rise on PS5. Keeping it a buck
These are facts.
there, Chief. We got a new Destiny 2 Lightfall trailer. I actually got a pretty big pop. Maybe just because Aber was in there. Well, Jalen, you were getting stoked about it too.
Which game? My brain lagged for a second.
Destiny 2 Lightfall.
Because I want to be into Destiny. That's the thing about it is Destiny's one of those games that I've always enjoyed playing, but it's never been able to like really keep my attention like it used to. And it's like every single time I go back, I feel like it holds my attention less and less. Like I really just want to sit down and enjoy some Destiny consistently.
That's fair.
Okay, Among Us got a hide and seek mode. Valiant Hearts 2 was announced. Well, Valiant Hearts coming home because whenever games do like not a 2, there still could be the opportunity for a 2. I'm kind of mad we still don't have the Child of Light follow-up because Child of Light was a good fucking game, and out of that it was like Child of Light and Valiant Hearts were the 2 UbiArt games that were there, and we were teased Child of Light 2 like forever ago, but we just haven't gotten any updates on what the studio that made Child of Light is doing, even though I know deep down in my heart they're working on Child of Light 2 and probably something else. Anything else you guys really want to talk about? I see Remnant 2 is a game that Robbie popped for. Scrolling through some images. Oh yeah, looks Soulsy. Guns. These enemy designs look really cool. We're getting
Which game was this?
Remnant 2.
Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, it looked interesting. Probably not gonna play it ever, but
Yeah, it's not on my list of like coming out of this. My list really is Hades 2, Street Fighter 6, Final Fantasy 16, Death Stranding 2, Armored Core 6, and Replaced. And I mean that is a fucking stacked list. So
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Anybody want to talk about anything else around the Game Awards or got a one more thing?
Tunic deserved better.
Yeah, Tunic definitely did
Tunic
deserve
deserved
better.
Yeah. I don't think God of War deserved as much love as it got. That's not saying it's a good game. I just don't think it should have won in the categories some of the categories that it won.
Well, remember how the Game Award works. If you don't win Game of the Year, you get a bunch of auxiliary artistic awards.
Yeah, that was kind of one of the things of like, I know people wanting God of War to win Game of the Year, and that's recency bias. It's a 10 out of 10. It's a great game, but it is not fucking Elden Ring.
I can't put God of War above anything else in any category from what I've played this year. If that makes sense. But I'm enjoying the fuck out of
like
it.
Christopher Judge's performance, like he definitely deserved to win. Like because of how much Kratos evolved just in this game in particular.
Yeah.
I mean, and I get action and adventures that it won there. That's good. Sound, audio design. I was like, okay, I guess. And soundtrack.
Soundtrack it probably shouldn't have won because I've actually gone out of my way to listen to songs from Elden Ring. So,
but there was also a game on there that was specifically designed around its soundtrack. I was like, there's no way you won. There's no way you beat that game. But I mean, that was one of the only games that had a soundtrack that was a game that was designed around its soundtrack. But I don't know. It did seem like Elden Ring won the big one, and then God of War started winning the little ones.
It was like there was a certain point where like awards were going quickly, and God of War was just winning and winning and winning and winning, and it's like, yeah.
I mean, you're also saying that like Elden Ring didn't also snatch up quite a few other awards too. Like they literally won an award right before Game of the Year.
Oh yeah, that's true. Well, they were art direction, yeah. Which is and studio. Oh yeah, that's fair.
Oh, I did have this to say. Gundam Evolution is fire.
Yes, it is.
We were talking about that yesterday. Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, that shit had me like watching it. Like I've been watching Gundam, like Mobile Suit Gundam, the movies. I've been watching Gundam Wing while I'm at work.
Oh,
Playing Gundam. I hope they add keep adding content to this game and really kind of like build it out. Maybe get some crossplay going.
Right. Yeah. Like if I play this game anymore, I'm gonna need to get a high grade. Like if we keep playing this.
I'm making sure I got Hades installed on my PS5. Like the more I look at Hades content, it's like
yeah. I need to go play some more Hades and maybe scoop up that Dead Cells DLC. Actually, I don't think I have it on PlayStation, so
you could buy the bundle. I've seen the bundle on sale. I didn't realize you were like hopping into.
I had it on Switch, so I'm like, I might as well just.
Yeah.
Let me see. Do I have Dead Cells on PlayStation? That's a good question. That seems like one of those ones.
Didn't Dead Cells have cross save? Or am I tripping?
That sounds like something that could happen. I'm not going to confirm or deny because I definitely. Yeah, I have Dead Cells, so it's just a DLC and. Two of the DLCs, the Bad Seed and the Fatal Falls, are both on sale for $4. The whole bundle for the DLC right now is $12, so seems like if you want to get back into Dead Cells, now's a good time. And then we're getting the Castlevania stuff, so. All right. Anybody got one more thing?
Yeah, Gundam Evolution. Add the GAT X105 Strike Gundam to the fucking game. Do it.
I mean,
you gotta just eventually put them all in there.
Yeah.
Just for the hell of it.
I mean, you need at least one from every series.
The
At
thing
least.
is, people,
Exactly.
I know all of us have been, except for me, have been playing this game completely free to play. If you want them to start adding more shit and for the game to not get discontinued after a year, like, you gotta
start buying things.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Nope. Nope. They're gonna get my traffic. That's all I'm offering them. God damn it.
Madrid literally just said, if it dies, it dies.
About it is, I don't think it's going to die because I'm going to say right now, gameplay wise, it's what I wanted out of Overwatch. So I'm going to be there.
Yeah, the fact that I haven't touched Overwatch this season is really.
Mm-hmm.
I touched it and I was like, yeah, let's go back to Gundam. I played Echo so I could play Ramada.
Nice.
You know, that's just what it is.
Mm-hmm. Oh, shit. I gotta play Callisto.
Yeah. Waiting on your
got it on
full
PS5.
review.
Yeah. The PC review is trash. PS5, it plays so much better.
Okay, so we figured out why the PC version is kind of a piece of shit. They didn't pre-compile their shaders like they were supposed to.
Really?
Yes. So every time you interact with a new object, it has to then compile all of the shaders. And there's like 100,000 something shaders.
Yeah.
It causes to stutter so hard. And once again, I don't believe in that combat. Like it says in the tutorial, you don't have to time the dodge. Just make sure you're not holding it in the same direction. So like, if that's all I have to do to defend myself, I'm not going to feel in danger. Because like,
I mean, I would say just play it before you're just listening. Like see how it feels when you're actually in the action and not what you're like listening to someone else. That's my. I mean, if you could play a demo where you could at least play the first 15 minutes of it, you'd.
No, what's going to happen is
terrible.
Yeah, I don't know. Because like, Revelations had probably one of the best dodge mechanics in a horror game, and but that timing window was tight.
Shit. RE3 remakes. Timing was pretty tight too, and that was a solid dodging.
Exactly. Like that goes back to my point though. It's like if mechanically I'm gonna be in danger.
But this is also like more of an action kind of game.
Okay, so Dead Space didn't have a dodge at all, and if you didn't precisely calm the fuck down and hit your shots, you were gonna get run over.
Fair enough.
Like that's the thing about it is like there's gotta be the enemies have to. That's the thing about horror games is that the enemies have to feel stronger than you. But if mechanically the dodge isn't timed, that's less brain power than I have to deal with.
Fair enough.
That's like how horror games mechanically. It's like
I get it, but I also have like gotten snuck up and one hit killed out of nowhere. The enemies might not feel like they can hurt you, but if like you do slip up, they hit and they pack a punch and they're throwing combos at your ass.
All right, we'll see. Maybe a couple of patches in, the PC version will be decent because they need to fix it before the DLC comes out.
Yeah, they do. I mean, you're not going to have a fucking, what is it? The season pass and get people to buy that when your game isn't even playable. I did get the refund though.
From the Steam version, so that's good.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, remember, you can follow us all collectively around the internet, cheesycontrollerpodcast.com. You can follow me on Twitter at Anton6. Instagram, my stories have been lit lately. So Anton the number 6 with 2 X's. Chris, where can people find you?
At Chef and Chris.
Jalen.
Squid Bishop.
Madrid.
Speedwagon X.
Alright, this has been a Know It's Good production. The video version is edited by Lana Twisted Mind. The audio version is edited by Iknowjones. Until next time, keep it cheesy.